Live with Peter Credlin.
Welcome back. You're watching Credlin. Well, some say the dream of owning your own home is growing further and further out of reach for average Australians. Others say if you're prepared to save and buy where you can afford, buying a home for you as a young person is highly achievable. Last Friday's release of a report into retirement incomes has certainly set off a debate about how much money we need to retire in the years ahead, whether any increase in compulsory super will cost us increases in our wages now. And once it's locked up, are there any reasons why we should be able to access our own super before we retire? Because after all, let's not forget, super is our money, not the government's. Someone who wants to debate on all of these issues is Mr. Tim Wilson, the federal member for Goldstein and chair of the Standing Committee on Economics. He joins me now from Melbourne. Tim, thanks for your time. Let's talk about getting on the property. Let's talk about getting on the property ladder. What do you want to see in terms of our superannuation holdings?
Well, what I want is to get the priorities right about what Australians need, not just for their retirement, but for their working life. And it's simple. If you own your own home, you'll be better off during your working life and in retirement. But at the moment, we prioritise superannuation. So the first dollar you earn, you have to chip in basically 10 cents towards your superannuation, and then you have to find savings after that. It's completely illogical. Truthfully, it's completely balmy that we do it this way. And so what I think we need to do is say to 30-year-olds who have somewhere between $33,000 and $43,000, you can use that, or some of it, for a deposit to buy a home. We know deposits are the biggest barrier to being able to buy your own home, because you'll have a better life and then you'll have a better retirement.
What about if it's beyond just the first home buyer? What if it's someone, and we know half of all marriages end up in divorce, and what if it's someone who post-divorce needs to buy their home and they're suddenly divorced at 40 or 50? And that's not easy to get back into the market. And obviously, going to your point there, owning a home is really important for your retirement. Would that be an available situation?
Well, we have to have that conversation. I'm not putting forward a concrete policy proposal to be legislated. But I think we do need to have a conversation around priorities, because at the moment we do make a choice. Under Australian law, you are compelled to prioritise superannuation first and home ownership second. And I'm arguing it should be home ownership first and super second. And you're absolutely right, Peter. I mean, one of the biggest trends we've seen is a rise in older women, particularly post-divorce or separated women who go into retirement. They don't have much super. They don't own their own home, and they see constant rising costs of living through rent. It'd be better if they were able to access super earlier, get a mortgage, pay it off over the remainder of their working life, so at least they went in retirement, not spending all their pension on rent.
Absolutely. Look, a lot of debate on Friday, and look, to be fair, it's been going on for a number of months about this scheduled increase. The government says it will decide closer to the budget. This is going up from the 9.5% towards the 12%. Where do you sit on this? Are you still wanting to put this increase off?
Well, I've always raised scepticism about the increase, because at a time where we want to get Australians into work, why increasing the cost of labour, and that's what it is, because it's effectively a form of wages taken away from workers, makes it harder to employ people. But one of the reasons why I'm talking about the issue more generally is because I don't think you can have it through that narrow discussion simply about whether we increase the compulsory super guarantee. Because if the money then just is taken away, fund managers spend it on themselves through huge fees and take a lot out, Australians won't be better off. So we need to get the priorities of the whole super system right, and then make decisions about what the rate should be. At the moment, we're making a decision principally on whether fund managers can get access to more of your money for their benefit. And I think that's fundamentally wrong.
I want to play a grab from Victorian Treasurer Tim Pallas today. He announced a pilot scheme. This is in relation to casual workers getting government funded, in this instance, 5 days of sick or carers leave, but it won't be government funded for long. Let's have a listen.
The trial will be funded by the state. However, when we move to an ongoing and continually funded process, it will be funded through employment levies. But at the end of the day, I think there is a very strong case to make that there will be an increase in productivity.
You've got to love when Labor says it's funded by the state, which means it's funded by taxpayers. It's not funded by the state, it's a money tree or anything like that. But this is basically a tax on anyone who employs a casual worker, or have I got that wrong?
Although it is, and it's a tax on taxpayers at the moment, but eventually moved over to businesses, which simply means that businesses will be less likely to employ casuals. So the people who will lose will be workers. And, we need to acknowledge that under the current industrial relations system, people who are in casual arrangements get paid more to recognise they don't get annual leave or they don't get certain benefits. So you're actually going to effectively double pay people if you then give them additional benefits while giving them the full financial offset, which is what IR law does already. So the only people who are going to lose are workers who are going to become less desirable casual workers. And who are those? They're actually largely women who need flexibility because of family arrangements, not exclusively women, but a lot are. Mm-hmm. So women workers are going to lose because of Dan Andrews' plan.
Right, well, we'll see what happens. Tomorrow is the Victorian budget. We'll see what's in that as well. Tim Wilson, thank you as always.
Thank you, Peter.